Hola bonitas, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test on some new Milani products. I am very excited about this, bonitas. So I have here their new Milani Conceal Plus Perfect Blur Out Smoothing Primer. Se ve así. This was made in Korea. And I also have here their new Blur Out Skin Tint Stick. I did purchase both of these items at my local Ulta. These are now available there. They don't have all the shades in store. They have certain shades, but I'm very excited. So I think what I'm gonna go ahead and do, bonitas, is just get right into este video. So go ahead and keep watching because you wanna see this transformation. Okay, so what I'm gonna go, that's my husky. This is supposed to be a primer that hydrates and blurs with a cooling sensation with hyaluronic acid, 3% niacinamide, and 5% glycerin. So what I'm gonna do, because I do want to see how the tint wears with and without it, I'm gonna go ahead and just apply it on one side of my face. Ooh, that is blurring instantly. When it comes to using this product, for me personally, what it does, I like to pat it into the skin, like so, like pat, pat, pat. Ooh, it does have a nice cooling sensation as well. And I'm just gonna do this. And then I'm also going to go here down the bridge of my nose and apply it. So we're only gonna apply it on one side of the face, and you can see this is with the Milani Blur Out Primer. This is with no primer. You can see it definitely does a nice job of blurring, not over blurring or overdoing it. It looks very nice. The cooling sensation is really quite nice because right now it is morning for me. I do want something that's gonna give me like that cooling effect, wake me up. I had an espresso this morning and I'm still tired. I don't know what's going on. My body's just like, girl, estoy cansada. Okay, so let's talk about the primer, shall we? So this does retail for $15.99. It is not cheap, and here you do get 0.81 ounces. And it's just going to grip makeup, blur pores, fine lines, and help moisturize the skin with nourishing actives, which I mentioned earlier. The niacinamide, the glycerin in here as well, and the hyaluronic acid. So I do want to see if it's blurring out my pores. Yeah, it's blurring them out a little bit. Okay, so now moving on to the stick. Acá lo tenemos. I did pick this up in the shade 10. So this tinted stick does remind me a little bit of the Fenty, so I'm excited to see how it's going to do. Now, they don't have all the shades in Ulta stores, but there are a good amount of shades of this on Milani and also Ulta's website that you guys can check this out. There's 25 shades of this skin tint stick. And like I said, the one that I did pick up was the shade 10, and the shade 10 is labeled as a medium with warm neutral undertones. This is a swipe on soft filter with Milani's Conceal Blur Out Stick. It's a buildable light to medium coverage skin tint with a natural soft matte second skin finish, which I love because if you know, I do have oily skin, so I love a good matte product. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, what I'm gonna go ahead and do first is swipe it here, like so, and on the forehead. I love a good tint. I'm a huge fan of the Dior stick, so I'm all for a tint. This feels really nice, bonitas. It's a very natural wearable finish, which I really like. It's not too full coverage. It's like just that perfect medium coverage. Look at the difference. So this is the side with the skin tint and this is the side with nothing on. I mean, it covered that redness immediately. It gave a very beautiful second skin finish like it did mention in the description, which I really do appreciate. And the color's actually pretty good. Right now we are in like the dead of winter here in Maryland. It just snowed, so I am the lightest that I get for the year. So this is a good match. I know for the summer, I probably be the shade, I think it's 11. I think 11 or 12 would be a good match for me. Now, this product does retail for $16.99. Very pretty consistency. And it's buildable. Like if you have any little areas you want to add a little bit more, you can build it up. And it does build up very, very beautifully. And I just looks so nice. For this side, I'm going to be using a damp sponge. I just want to see how it does. This is the side also where we didn't go in with a primer. Yeah, I feel like the primer made a difference. The primer makes it look a little bit more pigmented. Also, I think using a brush instead of a sponge with a stick product just always works better. As a fan of stick foundation right now, or just any stick skin tint, I really do appreciate a brush over a sponge. It just makes such a nice difference. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad with a sponge, but I just think with a brush, it's definitely better. The coverage is just so pretty. Color's good. It doesn't feel thick or heavy at all. Again, this is a tint, which is why it's a very just effortless second skin type of feel. I do want to see how it's gonna dry down, all that good stuff. Obviously, we're testing both of these out, but the main priority of today is the stick skin tint. But I definitely do feel like with the primer, you do get a little bit more of that pigmented look with the skin tint than not going with the primer. I think without going with the primer, you have to kind of build up that color a little bit. This just glided on so well. So that's what we have going on. I do want to touch it. Feels a little tiny bit sticky, not too sticky, but we shall see how this sets once I finish up the entire face of makeup. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now, bonitas, is I'm gonna finish the rest of this look. Then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my first initial thoughts on how this is looking overall. So we can go ahead and start this wear test because I'm very curious to see cómo nos va el día de hoy. So far so good. Right now, before I finish the rest of my makeup, it is 11:04. So I'll be back shortly to show you guys this completed look and see how it works with the rest of my products and how it sets. So keep watching, bonitas. Okay, bonitas, I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup. I actually took my time. It is now 12:05, but we've been wearing this since like 11, so we're good. This is what the makeup looks like. This is the side where we went in with the Milani primer, and this is the side where we didn't go in with any primer, just the stick skin tint. And to be honest, bonitas, I'm really liking how this looks. I do feel like it looks slightly better on the side where we did go in with the primer, but nonetheless, the product on the skin just looks very beautiful. I also like the fact that it doesn't feel heavy whatsoever. It sets a really beautiful finish. The only area where I did apply powder was my under eyes. I left everything as is so that I could really see the wear of this and the longevity of it without a powder, like all over the face. But I really do like this. This may come for my Dior stick foundation that I've been obsessed with, because this is some really pretty stuff. So this is what we have going on, bonitas. I'm gonna go ahead and carry on with the rest of my day. I'll also do an in natural lighting clip so you guys can see how this looks up close with La Luz Natural, and then I'll come at the end of the day for my final thoughts and let you guys know if I think this is worth the buy or not. So stay tuned, bonitas. Hola, bonitas. So I wanted to give you guys an in natural lighting clip of the skin tint by Milani as well as the primer. So this is the side with the primer and skin tint. This is the side with no primer and skin tint, so you guys can see what it looks like. So now see, I feel like the color looks perfect. And then the primer also on this side looks nice. It does give it like a really pretty like smoothing effect as opposed to the side with no primer. So let me know your thoughts, but so far so good, bonitas. So I will be seeing you guys later today for my final thoughts, so stay tuned. I am back, and right now it is 7:09 at night, and I have worn the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect Blur Out Skin Tint Stick for pretty much the entire day. This is what we're looking like. This is the side where we went in with the primer right here, and this is the side where we didn't go in with any primer. I feel like using the primer made a big difference for me. You can see, like, it just looks so much better. I do have to say, I feel like just stick foundation stick skin tints tend to get more oily looking on me through the day when they are worn alone. Even with the Dior one, I do like to go and just set it with a powder to just lock it into place. I just feel like sticks tend to do that just because they're a little bit more hydrating than like a liquid matte foundation or something like that. So I would say if you do have oily skin, definitely use the primer with it. This is a really, really nice primer. And it reminds me a lot of like the Tatcha one, like just like those type of like balm consistencies that we've seen in primers. Can I open this? So yeah, I mean, I think this looks nice. There's still some healthy radiance in there, but it's not as intense as over here. So I really do appreciate that of this side. I also feel like the longevity of it is really nice, which is always a plus. But you guys can see bonitas, this is what it's looking like. I do feel like this is definitely more so a product that if you do have very oily skin, I would always go in and set and use a primer with it. If you do have more so dry skin, you probably really like this like skin like glow from within, but I know that this isn't everybody's cup of tea, so just keep that in mind. But I think overall this is a very beautiful product. I could definitely see myself using this for like day-to-day, for everyday use. I feel like it's really nice. It does a beautiful job of covering my redness, which is a check. It lasts for a good amount of the day, which is another check. It's drugstore, which we love, affordable drugstore makeup, another check. And the color is a really good match for me. And like I said, this is a skin tint. There are 25 shades of the skin tint. You can find all the shades on Ulta's website and also on Milani's website, and then find a more smaller selection on at Ulta and on Ulta's website. But I just want to show you guys both sides how they look. So let me know your thoughts down below, bonitas. Would you try out this new Milani stick foundation? Because I think for me, it's definitely worth checking out, especially the side with the primer. I think these two are definitely a match. Love them. So definitely check these out. I have everything linked down below in my description box so you guys can check out the items. But that's pretty much it, bonitas. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Let's me know to continue doing estos videos para ustedes. And also, I want to just say, let me know your thoughts on these products. Have you tried them out? Have you not tried them out? Will you be trying them out? Let me know. Let's go ahead and start a conversation. Let's chat. So I'll be seeing you, bonitas, very, very soon for a brand new video. Don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. Y nos vemos pronto. Adios.